All right. I'm doing this again because I can't. The other video didn't do it justice. I got to start this over. This is the problem with doing things impromptu. Somehow, ma- magically, the microphone got pulled out, so there's no audio in the last video where I talked about my whole. I gave a whole introduction, and then I did an experiment, and you can't. And now I can't prove it, but you can see that the light was too bright. So I was bitching about the camera. And then while I was bitching about the camera, now it's doing this crap. While I was bitching about the camera, my computer froze up. I had to shut everything down. I had to turn everything off, turn everything back on, resume the hangout. And guess what? You can see now my camera is better. So whatever, man. All right. So that's what happened. That's the truth. Anyway, let me try this again. What? Okay. On this flat Earth stuff, I'm going to demonstrate why I think that the water. Here I am again, doing this again, fixing my hair. I should probably just go, go freshen up in the bathroom before I do a video. But anyway, yeah. So anyway, let me go, or let me basically say this again. I'm going to demonstrate why I think water, like oceanscapes, the ocean has to be flat. I mean, or appears to be flat, or and basically for all, as far as I can tell from observation, and I will show you why. Not from what I'm told, from looking at it, or from knowing, from and this is a kind of a physics experiment. It's a very simple one, and you can see it towards the end of my last video. I'm just redoing this, and I'm probably going to delete the last video. But first, I wanted to preface who I want to give credit basically to for starting this debate, which was another artist. And I was pointing out it's kind of being an artist kind of runs in my family. There's a picture that my sister painted behind me. I was pointing to it, right? And so anyway, yeah, Math Powerland. So I kind of stumbled across this guy, Math Powerland, and if you don't know who he is, you should probably look him up. And he started a channel to kind of combat NASA called the NASA channel, which is a brilliant idea. It's got, immediately got like, 1 million views or something like that. And this one guy has the whole entire establishment panicking. I was watching him when they came out with another Math Powerland. You cannot make this stuff up. The media literally came out with another Math Powerland. I don't even know what it was about. I think so that now in the future, when people look back and try to type in Math Powerland, the freak that the media brought out instead of the real Math Powerland will come up. I was thinking about that the other day. So anyway, who was probably easily debunked, because you can't easily debunk Math Powerland. And his story is pretty much that, I think, don't quote me, go look it up yourself, but he was pretty much painting realistic Earths for people. And one day he was like, I'm gonna look up, or he was like, how come I'm painting Earths for people? Aren't there tons of photographs of it by now? Sure enough, he found out there are not tons of photographs, even with all the probes and things like that. And that he found out that the photos they have released have been frauds. So. And you can go look that up. And now, when you debate somebody, that's the first thing. One of the first things a lot of them will say is, you have to sit there and endure them calling you a complete moron, a caveman, you know what I mean, and like pretty much spitting and like ready to like punch you in the face, basically. And is that the first thing they say is that there's tons of photos, and you have to keep going. No, and what you're seeing is artists like Math Powerland's representations. When you type into Google Earth, you're seeing paintings, and you're seeing collages made from satellites, and you know what I mean, and whatnot. And then you're finding out, oh, the one of of the Earth from the moon from like the Apollo mission or whatever is a complete fraud. It's cut and pasted. You can it's who was it? I can't think of his name now, but trust me, you can type that in and you will eventually come out. It's like Rob Skiba. Rob Skiba did a video where he shows you, takes the pictures from NASA site and puts them into there's my nephew telling me he saw the movie I recommended. He brings them into Photoshop and he ups all these levels for like intent, for like black and white, or you know what I mean, and like contrast and colors and everything, saturation, and you can see the Earth is cut out, perfect square around it, and then like a speckled background of everything else, and then there's like a black, like this black square with the Earth on it, and so I'm telling you, they're hiding something. So anyway, so basically, that's how I think YouTube just kind of profiled me, and I ended up in the flat Earth realm, and with Mgtow in my name, and I think that's kind of how Mgtow kind of started, or flat Earth started bleeding into Mgtow a little bit, and unless somebody else in Mgtow before it came in was doing that, going into their forums, going, no, they're making really good points. Like, you can't disprove that. And someone in the last chat when I did this said that the reflection on the ocean is different because the Earth and the sun are moving. Nah, no, the Earth, the sun's not like streaking through the sky. Nope, you lost me. You lost me there. You're a dummy. You're a fuck up. You lost me already. No, the sun's not visibly moving across. For all intents and purposes, it looks like it's sitting still. So no. So anyway, here's the experiment that I did to my friend the other night, and he now believes they're lying to us. So here's a flat surface. I propose that this is an ocean and that it's flat, and that if you want to paint an oceanscape, this is how you do it. And there, you can see. I gotta hold it up so you can see. There you go. There's a streak across the whole. You know what I'm saying? Across the whole. So there's the sun coming up. Sun comes up. Bang! Streak across the whole ocean, right? You know what I'm saying? So and that's how, and now if you try that with a round surface, try it with a curved surface. It has nothing to do with the Earth. The sun is moving, my friend. It has to do that. It's the light. The light when here's the sun coming up over a curved surface. You know what I'm saying? It can't. I have the light pretty much over, and you know what I mean. It has to be. It can't do it. You can't basically. I'm telling you can't do it. You have to. I have to hold. I have to do it. I have to have the flashlight in front of it, but then you know what I'm saying, but the sun's coming up over it. Look at, you can't do it. You see that? The sun cannot until it doesn't work, and the reason it doesn't work like it does with this. My dog ran away because he hears loud things. See that? It's very easy. The sun comes up. You know what I mean? Bang, goes across the whole ocean. The reflection goes across the whole ocean. And you're like, oh, the sun's moving relevant to the Earth or whatever, and they're both moving. No, a street light's not moving relevant to a lake, and the same thing happens on a lake. Streaks. It's flat. Water always finds its level. And the water in the ocean is flat, as far as I can tell. Or unless you're going to tell me that the only possible thing you can tell me that basically the sunlight is curving around the surface and then bouncing off it like a curveball, and that's not happening. It's not happening. All right. So I'm telling you right now, for the sun to be 93 million miles on the other side of the curve, you know what I mean? It's not possible. But if the sun is 93, I can back the sun up all day long. I can bring the flashlight way back here. Now you have the streak. Now you have the streak on the plane that I'm talking about. There it is. That's a principle of art. If you were to paint your oceanscape the way science tells you to, and not the way reality dictates to you, or basically observation, your teacher would say, oh, that's a very nice abs. Even if you painted it super realistic, which you couldn't unless you did it from your mind, super realistic, the teacher would be like, wow, that's a really realistic abstract painting of the sunrise. And you would say, no, I did it from memory. It's supposed to be a real sun. It's not supposed to be abstract. And the teacher would say, oh, well, then you get an F because when the sun rises, there's a streak of light across, from the horizon, from beyond the horizon, from beyond as far as you can see, all the way up to the shore. And so you missed it. You don't know what the fuck you're doing, basically, or something. I don't know. I mean, I don't know if you'd get an F, but I guess you'd probably get, I mean, just because it was super realistic and you did it from memory might get you some points, but it would be wrong. It would be, if it was supposed to be a realistic painting of the oceanscape, it would be wrong. I'm telling you, you have to understand these things. And, and that's why Math Powerland, he's a keen artist, and he understands, these things, I guess, that, he basically, so basically there's that, and there's other things too, that I question, which is, like I said, and let me go in the chat and see who's all in here now, because I'm redoing this video if you're just tuning in, because I just did it. I'm going to delete the old one right now. Maybe I should just leave it up, because it's kind of weird how they changed my camera mid video, but I don't care. I don't give a. I'm not here to convince everybody that YouTube is watching me. That goes without say. So I'm going to delete this other one. So, all right, there we go. Let me go look in the chat, see what's going on. I guess I got to go to events. Shut off the volume. And I'm going to see who's all in here. Loudspeakers in here. The sun is moving. That doesn't cut it. Nope. That doesn't cut it. The sun is moving. It's still beyond the horizon. It's beyond the curve. No, I'm going to stay it right in here. No, that doesn't cut it. The sun is moving. It's millions of miles beyond the curve. It's not moving over the ocean and burning us all. It's millions of miles beyond said curve. No, you're losing me with that argument. And like I said, water reflects perfectly when it's calm. There's no distortions. So water is the key to this, and the reflections on water. Reflections on water is the key to this because water seems to be level as far as you can see. And the reflection proves that of the sun. I'm telling you right now. Yeah, and the street light and a lake loudspeaker are two different objects separate from each other, and a street light reflects straight across the lake perfectly. Same principle as what I just did with this flashlight. It's not the two different objects. It's the shape of the object being a flat only a flat surface. You're missing the point. Only a flat surface can have a streak of light go completely across it. If the light is on the other side, doesn't matter if we're all moving together. Doesn't matter if we're all moving together. If the light's on the other side, you know what I'm saying? There it is, right there. Doesn't matter. It doesn't matter if they're moving. I don't see what you don't get. I can totally see it. You just don't want to let go. You don't want to let go, loudspeaker. You don't want to let go, huh? And basically, it's impossible. It's impossible for a curved surface, for a light to reflect across the curved surface from the other side, unless the surface has to be flat. Period. It's the shape of the surface I'm talking about. It's not the relativity of the two objects. It's light. It's the light, and it's the shape of the surface. Oh, okay. Well, cool. Oh, I guess you're not holding on to it. Oh, you're pretty. Okay. Well, I don't know. I'm saying that it's not. It's the point. The more of the point of the experiment is the light and the shape of the surface. And I showed you a flat surface, and I showed you a curved surface. And the curved surface, you cannot get a streak of light over a curved surface. The sun has to basically be in front of it from your relative to you, which would be practically over your head when you're at the beach, for you to perceive the reflection as going across that surface. That's the only way. But the sun, I'm pretty sure I can bring up a picture of a sunrise, ocean sunrise. Get a pretty decent example. All of a sudden, it's weird. Like if I don't know if I always got some other search engine invading me. So sunrise. There we go. This is what I'm showing you. Now I'm going to screen share for a second. Okay. So there you go. See that? Yeah, okay. I'm just seeing if it's showing up on the. I'm trying to focus my eyes. It's getting late. I'm like sitting there. I don't know. It's not showing it, is it? Look up a sunrise. Look up sunrise reflection on water, and you will see that the streak goes all the way across. It gets broken up by the waves a little because the light can't curve over the wave. Only the side of the wave facing the sun. See, there's a curved surface. The wave is a curved surface, and it interrupts it, but it's so small that I'm telling you that overall it's a flat surface. Even though for like almost like if you were way above it on a scale, you couldn't see the waves. It would just look flat, and that's what is going on there. But there it is. I mean, there's a flat surface. Is this ever gonna? I don't know if you guys are seeing that. No, that's not what I want to do. Let's see if that showed up. Is that showing up? It's not even screen sharing. I don't see it screen sharing. Okay, there it is. Duh, I didn't hit. I got bamboozled there. Hang on. So let me go back here. Here we go. So there it is. There you go. Look at all these ones. The streak goes completely, except where there's a small, tiny curve. So even that one, even that one little wave interrupts it a little bit, but it continues beyond it because overall the water's flat. Look at all these. See this? See the reflection? That sun is way beyond the curve of the Earth. Okay, 93 million miles on the other side of the curve of that Earth. Okay, and somehow that streak is making it all the way to the shore. No, I doubt it, man. I doubt it. And you can do it in your home with a curved object and a flat plane. Just do a shiny beach ball and a big flat reflective surface like I have here. You know what I mean? You can imitate it right in your own. If you don't believe me, you can imitate the experiment yourself. And that's all I got to say. That's all I got to say. You take it from there. Unless you're gonna do some kind of mental gymnastics and try to tell me, oh, it's the Earth moving with the sun and all this kind of, dude, that doesn't. The Earth is 93 million miles away. It ain't. Trust me, no. And that or that they're two, or that the. I'm telling you, man. The sun is reflecting on a flat surface. That's the only explanation. If you don't get it, I don't know what to tell you. And here, and then there's like reflections. Look at mirror surface. Mirror surface. That surface isn't curved. There's no distortion in that reflection. So people better start really not taking things for granted, boy, because we could be getting lied to. Oh, they would never lie to us. The people that lied to us about feminism and that the courts were fair and that the country was based on truth and justice, and if you just behave and follow the rules, you're going to follow the rules, you'll be okay. No, no, you make one mistake and they throw the book at you. And and it's funny, like I said, the moon landing people, the fake moon landing people can't even accept this stuff. The Bigfoot people, you name it, the alien people. I know people, oh, there's aliens, but there's no God. Oh, the Earth is flat. Yeah, you know what I mean? It's like everybody just wants to accept their own little thing that they have going on in their head. You know what I mean? So anyway, there's all that. And I guess I'm gonna, I don't want to make a huge, long, big video out of this, but I think I've demonstrated it pretty well. That they're basically lying to us on inconceivable levels, basically. And I'm watching myself and I look like a total dork with my hair, and my hair is all fucked up and shit. I'm laughing at myself on the screen right now. So anyway, but I'm not the best person to be bringing this information to you, but if I notice something like that, I feel responsible to point it out. Basically, you know what I'm saying? Like, people should have the right to kind of make up their mind for people should be shown evidence and then be able to make up their mind for themselves. And you should really look into these things further because you know uh, like I said, there's the constellation thing too, where they tell you that you're like 93 million miles on this side of the sun, over here on your left, right on my left, and nighttime is this way. And I look up, oh, there's the Big Dipper. And then when I'm 93 million miles and the sun's over this way and nighttime's that way, I look up, oh, there's the Big Dipper again. I'm 186 miles away on the opposite side of the sun, and sunrise and day and nighttime is in the opposite direction, and I still see the Big Dipper. And then you look it up, and the Big Dipper doesn't rotate around with us, doesn't go whip around, doesn't whip around the solar system with us. So I wish I could have asked my science teacher that. I wish I could have said, "How come I see the Big Dipper on in the wintertime, in the sky over here, and then in the summertime it's in the sky over here, over here on the exact opposite side of the solar system in the exact opposite direction?" And I'm pretty sure my science teacher would have went, that's a very good question. So I'm telling you, you need to look into these things because the flat earthers are making some good points. And until, like I said, you can actually not make up some stupid these stupid things like, well, your perception is fooling you, and there's all optical illusions and reflections, and the Big Dipper's reflected in the sky with swamp gas. You know what I'm saying? Like, you're not going to quell the flat Earth community, and it's just going to keep growing because people are going to keep asking questions that can't be answered. And we'll know the truth eventually. And like I said, this isn't something that I like. I mean, some people are ready to fight me like over it. Like, they literally want to fight. They're ready to swing at me just for even bringing it up, man. So it's a very sensitive issue with a lot of people, but with me, I'm not holding on to anything for dear life. I'm trying to observe what's going on around me and make sure that I'm being told the truth. So anyway, that's it. Mgtow Misfit over and out.